Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I just finished uploading my morning video and things. You know, I get accused of making, too many videos. Mark Holmes, I'm tripping over another video and stuff. But when you cover the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones, you got to understand that's what you're going to get. You get a lot of news on the Cowboys. I just got finished talking about stuff and then more shit happens. It's crazy. And I'm getting notified by literally everybody. My man Cameron Billings sent me a link to this. Damn Gina, da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Damn, Gina.
Damn Gina sent me it. Stacy Schubert sent me an Instagram of it. Brother Ross, who's worried about me because I was late getting my morning video out, he sent a copy of it. And this is where art imitates life. And we now understand what the real problem with the Cowboys is. Jerry Jones failed math. He does not understand simple arithmetic. And this was literally a flashback, deja vu. Let me read what Jerry Jones has said. And I've got to actually find, I'm sure somebody's going to do a YouTube video of it because I definitely need to play it back to back with another thing that I'm going to give you because, I'm old. I've seen a lot, and I remember a lot of things that used to happen. And I realize there are no new ideas. History has a way of repeating itself. You just have to be open-minded and understand where you've come from to see where you're going. And what I see where we're going here is straight to hell. So Jerry Jones said this morning. Well, let me address the first way you stated the question without any issues on it. But I have to believe 1 and 1 is 3. One and 1 is 3. Did you get that? Every math class I've taken, 1 plus 1 equals 2. I can't operate where 1 and 1 is 2. Now, we all know it is physically, but the 3 is where you have to go. Now you have the optimism to operate out in the world and commit and do things when you count on 1 and 1 being 3. And I'm not trying to play games, but this is where the biggest payoffs are. If it's there for everyone to grab at 1 and 1 equals 2. So here you go. You got to look for the best or look for the best outcome. What you have to do, though, is be ready every time that if you don't get that outcome that you hoped might be there or were more optimistic about being there. Then what do you have to do? Question mark. You have to create some kind of a net. And I've been fortunate in my life. I've operated with at times without a net, and it didn't get me. But I've had close calls. Let's read between the lines a little bit on this for a second. 1 and 1 equals 3. And I'm assuming that this means in his mind, things are there that aren't there. So when you go into a season and you say, oh, well, Tyron Smith, we know Tyron Smith doesn't hold up. It's okay. We have an imaginary backup offensive line that'll be able to take care of the slack. You realize that you say, oh, I'm getting rid of Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson and Lyle Collins and, Connor Williams, that my imaginary one is already there on the roster to make these changes. Now, here's what I know. If I try and use that kind of math on building something, probably the cabinets aren't going to be able to be put on the wall. That shit ain't going to work. 1 and 1 equals 2. And this is kind of crazy. But when I first read this, This was deja vu to me. Back in the 80s, there was a comedian, Rich Little, okay, a political comedian. And he was talking about Ronald Reagan's economics. And as soon as I read that, I thought of this clip. I didn't even know it was still, that was even obtainable to find this clip. But I actually found the voiceover on it. And I want you to listen to this, and you tell me, does this sound like Jerry Jones right now?
Okay, cue Brinkley.
Mr. President, I want to start off this interview by asking you about your economic policies, which have baffled the experts. Can you please explain Reaganomics and what Reaganomics really mean?
Well, certainly. Now, I'd like to keep things simple so we can all understand. Let's suppose your mom baked a big blueberry pie. Now, that pie represents the wealth of this country. Now, take that pie and cut it in half. The top half is defense spending. The bottom half is for domestic programs, and the other half is for the national debt.
Well, wait a minute. We have 3 halves, and a pie has only 2 halves.
No, you don't seem to understand. Let's look at it another way. You have 3 apples, not 2 apples, but 3 apples. Now, 1 apple is for the Congress, the 2nd apple is for the judicial system, and the 3rd apple is for the military. Now you have 3 glasses. Divide the first apple into 4 parts, and put 1 part in the 3rd glass, and the 2 other parts in the 1st and 2nd glass. Now that's the gross national product for the next fiscal year. Now, take the 2nd apple and divide it into 4 parts. Put 3 of the parts in the 1st glass with 2 of the parts from the 1st apple, and put the remaining 2 parts of the 2nd apple into the 2nd glass with 1 of the parts from the 3rd apple, which you will divide up into 6 parts. Now, that represents the balance of payments, the debt figure on the New Jersey lottery, and the foreign aid deficit. Now take all the pies and all the apples from all the glasses and mash them together.
Mash them together?
That's right.
That's right. Mash them together with the blueberry pies in the galvanized tub. And that represents the entire budget of the United States of America.
Mr. President, that would be a mess.
That's right.
That's right.
Deja vu. And I have to agree with what Rich Little just said. That's a mess. Jerry Jones's mind and math is a mess. Wow. If that clip from Rich Little was not Jerry Jones's mind, I don't know what is. Oh, boy. You know, the thing about the Cowboys is sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Lucky than good. The Cowboys have made all kinds of mistakes over and over again. The fact that the Dallas Cowboys have been blessed to have gotten a quarterback like Tony Romo and Dak Prescott in the last 27 years. We have been blessed to actually get franchise quarterbacks. And when you look at teams like Washington, that, you know, literally have gone the litany of trying to find a quarterback. When you've seen, you know, the Cleveland Browns and Washington teams where they've gotten like the jersey with all the names of all the quarterbacks that they've had for X number of years, where they've tried to get quarterbacks. The Cowboys ended up getting a rookie free agent in Tony Romo, who was a great quarterback. Unfortunately, they did not support him. Cowboys were lucky enough when they didn't even want Dak Prescott. Originally, they wanted Connor Cook and Paxton Lynch, but they got taken before him, or they couldn't make the deals to trade up to get him. And it was just kind of like, well, we'll take Dak. They luck into situations that have kept them relevant. 27 years, you've got 2 incredible quarterbacks, and you didn't really try to get them. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Jerry Jones says when he was talking about Tom Brady's got a lot of shit going on that you like to be in the news. Well, Jerry Jones has gotten that part down pat. 1 and 1 equals 3.
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yeah.
So I have that perspective.
I'll see you guys later.
Our Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.